everybody, Gina DeLuca here. Before I get started, I need to say some thank yous to Finer Things, Barbara Morrow, Hannah Hunter, Shirley Zabo, Dawn Forrest, Jean Charlton, and Dorothy Beneshu. Thank you very much for sponsoring this channel. I apologize if I messed up your name. I'm really prone to doing that. And usually I send out thank yous personally, but I have been so very busy. I've not been able to do that. And so I apologize for my rudeness for not saying thank you personally. It has been a whirlwind. I am almost finished with the CD. This has been a very fast-moving project. I started recording at the end of March. It is the beginning of May, and we are in the final mix down, getting ready to send it out to master. All right. Our colors today. This is an experiment. Usually is an experiment, but this is really an experiment. I'm going to be doing a straight pour. I will be using these Satin Enamels in pure white as my cell maker. I have added that to the Liquitex Basics in Pthalo Blue, as well as Artist Loft in Silver. I have done this before where I've added the satin enamel to the silver and it just made a really flat color. But as you can see, this is not very flat. It's not silver so much as it is like a very pearlescent color. I added some Liquitex Acrylic Ink in silver to the silver and white mix, and I added just a touch of it to the blue. Not much, just to give a tiny bit of shimmer. As you can see, the consistency, when you drizzle off the stick, it just disappears. It does not form a mound. It does not sink. Perfect. 1 part paint to 2 parts Floetrol, and then that mixture is thinned with my 90% water, 10% Floetrol concoction. Little note, it's always good to put a piece of pantyhose over anything that you're storing your Floetrol in. This is what I put my Floetrol in because I buy it by the gallon, and I have the pantyhose, gets rid of your lumps. And then for my base color here, I have the Dioxazine Purple. Dioxazine, there we have it. So this will be both my base coat and my background color. And the blue and the silver should sell. Should. Doesn't mean it will. Okay, so first things first, let's put some paint in a cup, shall we? This is a 14 by 14 canvas. This would need 7 ounces of paint. I will have more than enough paint here. Usually I do just solid layers, but I think I'm gonna do 2 layers of each color. I wouldn't mind a little blending. Actually, I think I'm gonna do blue and then do all the silver and do more blue. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I love this blue and this purple together. Phthalo Blue, that was a hunk of something that just fell in there. The Phthalo Blue is just one of my favorites. Okay, time for the base coat. I did forget to mention that I added a tiny bit of the Liquitex Pouring Medium to each of the colors. I do find that that helps to give you better coverage on your sides when doing a straight pour as opposed to just Floetrol. The Floetrol makes it flow so much it just kind of slides off. The Liquitex also helps it set up a little faster. Okay, I wish that my purple was surrounding that more. We'll see what happens. Oh, we should be fine. Okay, let's pop some bubbles. Usually when you pop bubbles, it helps to bring up some of the other colors. The bubbles coming up from the layers underneath kind of breaks that surface tension and lets those bubbles pop up. There's no silicone in here, but there are a lot of bubbles. I'm gonna let this sit. Okay, so this has been sitting for about 3 minutes. I'm gonna start moving this around because the Liquitex does set up rather quickly. I'm just gonna kind of wiggle it a little bit and get a little stretching going. Now keep in mind when I'm doing this, I am not randomly going in different directions. I'm always making sure that I know exactly where the weight of my paint is. And I always make sure that I bring the weight of the paint back to center before I change directions. Oh, there's a big hunk of something. Probably whatever fell out of that phthalo. Messing up my stuff. And I'm not tilting yet. I'm not tilting the paint off yet. I am stretching. I want to see what's happening. I want to see what the cool parts are going to be. Oh, caught that edge. Okay, so now we're stretching. Now we're tilting off, it seems. Okay, I'm gonna have to lose some of this paint because it's just a lot of paint. But also, that's when you stretch it, when the really cool stuff happens. I want it to have some negative space, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this happen without leaving too much paint on my canvas. This is still a lot of paint. I really need to figure out that perfect ratio to where I can get a really good stretch but not have to dump much off. I really want to stretch those blue cells out. I'd like to get a little more blue in this painting. Cellularly. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. This looks very galactic. I'm digging. The silver acrylic is sitting on top and it's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for a bit and I'm gonna bring you in for a close-up. Back in a few. Okay, this has been sitting for a while. The edges aren't quite dry yet, so it hasn't been sitting for that long, but it's been about a half an hour. And of course, I cannot get the shimmery effects to show up on the camera because it just wants to drive me crazy. But it's there. You probably won't be able to really see it until it's dry. But it came out as well as I could have hoped. Very cool looking 3D cells. Man, I wish I could get that shimmer. There's a little bit. Oh, can you see it? There it is. That's what all the cells look like. It's very cool. And it seems like the ink, the silver in the ink is like spreading out over top. Like it floats on top of the paint. So it's just, it's really lovely. And I do like the effect of how I did the blue and then the silver and then the blue. Because with this composition, it actually looks very spiral. Like it came around, went in, and but it's actually 2 layers, I think. I'll have to look back. Maybe that's exactly what happened. But I like the balance of this. I really like how this turned out. I'm glad that I stretched that blue out up top. This has a very 3D whirlpool, you're getting sucked in effect. I love that. The Fibonacci. Do love my Fibonacci spiral. Okay, I will show this dried painting in the next video because I have to get ready. And I'm shooting some photos for my CD cover, and I got to go. But I haven't put up a video in a while because I've been so busy. So I want to bring this to you, and I will bring you the dried piece in the next painting video tutorial thing. Can't think, I need more coffee. It's all gonna be good. The most stressful time is almost over. Here's where I say please like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Do check out the description box below for links to my PayPal tip jar if you feel so inclined. Want to help me stay stocked up in paints and supplies so I can bring you fresh new content and experiments all the time. Also my Amazon store. If you enter through the link in the description box, anything that you purchase off the entire site of Amazon, I make a small commission of at no additional cost to you. My website, GinaDeLuca.net, that's where you can find paintings and music for sale. There will be new paintings and new music up for sale very soon. And our group, Go Make Some Art, join us over there on the Facebook. And join our group, post your masterpieces, ask your questions should you find yourself in a painting pickle. Or just come over and get some inspiration. Okay, that is it for me. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Now go make some art.